Welcome to the Sound Mind podcast, where I invite interesting guests from the music field and discuss with them topics such as musical and personal growth, pursuing excellence and self talk, body and mind maintenance, practice and work routines, music business, and more. I'm your host, Michael Krustel, and welcome to the Sound Mind podcast. This episode is brought to you by Launcher Lab. On today's episode, my guest is Jez Fang. I've met him during my residency in Taiwan, and we were basically housemates for a while. He is a sound artist, active as a DJ, also a member of the Taiwanese group called KBN. His music has been featured in films, theaters, and art exhibitions. But other than that, I would actually call him a sound collector, because I've seen him several times going out of the house with his recording device and then collecting sounds from nature and turning them into art later on. We also share a love for morning routine, and where he caught my attention was with his insane juice routine in the morning, and he will explain his juices and much more during the podcast, and I hope that you will enjoy and have fun. Welcome, Jez Fang, to Sound Mind Podcast.
Yeah, thank you for having me here.
Yeah, great having you here. Thanks a lot for being here.
Yeah.
And it was already a trip to set this place up.
Yeah.
So, guys, if you don't know, we are here in Taiwan right now. So that's also where I met this wonderful creature over here. And I have to immediately open up with this one. Why I found you so remarkable. So I think it was actually the first time that we've met. And when you came into the house and with your wife, and you came in with like bags of celery, and I was like, what is happening over here? You know, like what's going down? And then I've seen consistency of you and your wife consistently every morning drinking celery juice, and I'm like, man, this consistency, I need to ask questions, you know. And that was actually the first thing before I then discovered your music and your work and attended your show here in Hengchun as a DJ. Later on we discussed a little bit about your work. But yeah, on this personal note, I'm always attracted to routine. I'm always attracted to consistency, and that's also why I really wanted to have you here. And I mean, now I know that you are 42 years old or something like that. 41, sorry. And you basically look like 30, and that's also something to
Thank you.
keep a note of. So in the first instance, I'm curious how it all started for you. Like what was the root of, hey, I wanna do something with music? Like what was that move? What moved you?
Well, so since I was high school, I started learning drum, and I think that's a start to start a music kind of education, because I'm not learned by piano background or classical music background. I only know the rhythm, and I only get to know how the drum pattern goes. So, and I start to play drum for like 2 years. And I one day I asked my teacher, and he said, "There's a thing called drum machine," and then I start to get my interest in on it. I found that's fascinating, because there's a machine, there's a glue box, there's a lot of paragram, lots of knob you can twist, and it's a very interesting thing. It's like playing a computer game or computer kind of controller, but it makes sound, and I can replace sound very quickly, and it can generate lots of kind of texture, drawn original texture. It's different, totally different from the original drum. So I think that's a start to make me to dive into the electronic music, and I start to get to know more like a sampler, synthesizer, lots of interesting kind of groove box, whatever it is, and the time I was diving, it's around 2000, and I think it's around 1999, around 2000 or so, year 2000. So I think there's also lots of party getting started. The big wave, the rave party kind of vibe getting into Taiwan. So I certainly kind of interesting to get into more like electronic music using the drum machine or DJing idea, and I found I can generate more and more kind of big world. It's not like the rock and roll or the folk kind of music like I have used to listen. So I grew. I joined the band KBN, so we kind of start from punk. It's a band is start from punk, and we shift to rock, and then we shift to, because I use drum machine, my partner uses synthesizer, so we group into to try to make a more experimental kind of a group. We make sound, we make noise, but we try to make everything fun. So we combine. We don't like to play normal, so we still have that kind of punk experience. So we like to collaborate with people, but we still make fun. We try to crash them or try to be naughty sometimes. We do a lot of sticker to replace like a graffiti, and we put lots of sticker on the every venue, every toilet, girl toilets, and kind of stuff. But I think the major thing is we tend to, because the style of our music playing, we always collaborate like artists or musician, but we don't follow their rules, so we always mess up the situation. So I say the punk experience, its spirit is more like that. We don't.
Yeah, for being a little bit mean.
We don't be good.
Yeah.
We're not a good boys. We fucked up many times.
Playing with the rules,
Yeah.
and pushing the boundaries.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So that's the way we used to be. So sometimes, yeah, getting pretty dirty.
Yeah, yeah. I think punk should be about that. It should be about openly talking about what is messed up and testing the border of tolerance.
Yeah.
And really like taking a really sharp stick and just poking the shit out of that.
True.
That problem, if I may say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then sorry that I interrupted this, but I just wanted to have a quick discussion about
no,
punk.
so no worry. So I start to do the DJing as well, and so I think the most things I been focusing on making music, what is keeping like very long time for me is I really enjoying to playing some good tones or some really good music for the people, but I can also see their reaction. Sometimes they like it, sometimes they don't like it, but I'm quite enjoying to feel that their emotion and see how they react. And I think it's a kind of fun to lead them to a journey, or maybe to provoke them to make them maybe dislike this kind of environment with this kind of the music scene right now. But we can make lots of kind of how say music experience. But I think for as a DJ, it's a good thing. This is a very easy way to change kind of the emotion very in sudden, because the song from the first and to next I can very dramatically change. And that's how I found the music is interesting to change people's mind. So this lead me to now how I focusing on how to grab people's attention, to change them to different kind of mind states.
So from drums to drum machine to punk to actually
DJ.
taking people on a trip and sort of manipulating their experience, or just paying curiosity to their experience, how they will react.
I'm still provoked them. I'm still like, that's still a punky spirit in there.
Yeah, pushing and seeing like what's happening.
Yeah. But do it nice or soft way. Just it's easy. Just put you to sleep. But it's nightmare.
I'm curious what's gonna happen tomorrow in these headphones on your performance, man. Good to know. I have now a little bit of a practical question. Like, can you guide us through a normal day of yours? Like, what are your routines? Some of them I already know, but I'm curious, like, what are your, guide us through Jez Fang day.
So I'm very spontaneous kind of guy. So my schedule is very, very flexible. So so every day, every morning I wake up, I will just wake up and talk to my wife Kyle, maybe some time. Then we start to making a lemon juice for our first drink, and then we carry on to celery juice. It's a second drinks. And then we will prepare next drink. It will depend what is like what our body will need. So usually we'll do three long drink shot, and after that we have a bunch of fruits or vegetables kind of stuff. Then that's a full course for the whole morning session. Then
that's where our common ground is.
Yes, they're very basic. Then Kyle might do some yoga. I might do some meditation, or thinking something to plan for the day to start it. And then I keep on working, maybe on the different kind of project or collect sounds or something. And then we're back to making food. We spend lots of time to take care of our body and take care of our needs. So my wife, she's my observer. She will see, okay, it's time for our dinner, or it's time for our tea time. So we will prepare the food again, and then do the next big round. So after that, we will carry on doing some work, or we will go out for the shop to shop some grocery or some another fruit, another theory.
What's your favorite fruit?
Oh, that's pretty. I would say passion fruit.
Passion fruit.
Passion fruit.
Good
I
stuff.
think it's my favorite. Yeah. But banana would be nice too.
Banana. Which kind of banana? Like, because you have to hear so many. I mean, in Europe we've had the simple long yellow ones, but here I also ate the
short one.
ones.
Yeah,
and
I prefer
short
the long one.
red one.
I would prefer the long one. Yeah, it's more creamy,
Mm.
solid.
We do have some guests here which are distracting us in
Yeah.
our banana talk. It's bananas, guys, okay? No. Control yourself. Pull yourself together, guys. Come on. This is not a comedy. Oh, Jesus. And also alongside that, do you have a evening routine? Like, do you do something before you say, okay, it's time for bed? How is do you have a winding down routine, like slowing down towards bedtime?
I think we have a very big window in our house, and so during the evening we would take some time. After dinner or before dinner, we would take some time to sit in front of the windows and look around, because there's another opposite is a mountain, just pretty amazing view, and we watch the sunset every day. And
That is your house in Taipei?
yeah, and I think that's a major thing to calm my inside down. And I will do some breathing exercise as well. So I like to. I think that is kind of my precious moment. And we have a small sofa, and me and my wife will just sit there for enjoy the sunset.
Yeah. I really think the evening routine is as magical or as important as the morning routine. Like, and for me personally, it's also the most difficult kind of to let the day go for today. You know, there's many times I have, there's this little thing that I still have to do and still have to push. No. And I really notice the two things happen if I manage to let go. Like, okay, now that I don't collapse in bed and then fall asleep in 5 seconds, you know, that's and somehow there's this drive that stays with me, like, can't wait for tomorrow to add this another thing, to explore yet another thing, you know, while maybe this appreciation for that what I've done in the day might be a little bit blurry if I just don't have that space of slow winding down. And I also realized then it's very difficult for me here, because always I get this problem of jet lag, you know, but I think I'm still recovering, and I've been here now more than 30 days, you know, which is freaking crazy, you know, but still it's very difficult for me to go to bed before midnight, for example. I really have to, like, you know, work to be in bed at 12, you know. And something also happens, like after 12 my brain goes into a little bit of just this not so composed state, which I don't enjoy that much. Like it's maybe less maybe forgetting, okay, then maybe sleep might fall actually out of the window, you know, that it's really important to sleep. And then, you know, it's not nice for me to wake up after 9 or something, because I really enjoyed to take the morning and, you know, take my time and do all the morning routine, you know. I think I'm really big on the routine. Like, I like my morning meditation, I like my morning workout, and then journaling, and then the day starts from there, you know. But that's really the core of my day, you know. It's the morning rituals, and then it feels like I've already nourished my body and my mind, and whatever happens after that is just a bonus, you know. And then a good night's sleep is very precious. But here somehow I just get and it pisses me off, because I'm really into kind of this small biohacking situation, you know, trying to figure out what are my minuses and then slowly like tweaking them, you know, to make it just right, or you know,
Yeah.
also trying to just enjoy and be what I am in the process, you know, not like, oh, you should be like this, you should be like that, but just, you know, making my sailing as smooth as possible. I just call it like that, yeah. And this has been a mystery, let's say it like that, you know, to find that magical pill or that magical tip to get to bed at 11 and be like, ah, yes, nice.
Maybe it's just not the comfort zone for you, perhaps, you think?
What do you mean by that?
I mean, your body's still adjusting to fix to, just as you said, maybe it's like a jet lag, or maybe it's just like when you doing somewhere you're more familiar with, maybe you get easy to let your body to do what it's original, or how your routine is like. But it's just in different kind of place, different kind of temperature, different kind of sunlight.
I think my body copes with cold extremely well. I'm gonna say it like that.
Okay.
Like I think I'm really good in cold conditions. Like no problem. In winter I'm in t-shirt and, you know, walking barefoot on snow and taking long walks in the winter, no problem. In shorts even, and you know, swimming in the ice cold mountain rivers, lakes, whatever. And here it killed me, like because here is exactly the polar opposite of that, and I come out of the airplane and it was like, you know,
even me, I feel I cannot really enjoy the temperature and the humidity here. So
you enjoy it.
I'm not.
Yeah, you're not.
I know. I'm not. I'm also get very sweat here. So it's not really pleasant.
Yeah, let's see how good the cameras are. They're gonna catch my armpit sweat.
So So we are facing different kind of temperature, different kind of challenging.
And adapting, I think, right? Adapting. Your body needs to adapt. Because then, at one point, I was like, because, so I told you that I'm a little bit obsessed with just a little bit with my routine and you know, keeping things in check. So I remember when I landed here, and then the first 3 days, I was like, wow, I'm on top of this jet lag game, you know? I was waking up at 7. At 7, man, you know, that's like let me calculate that for you guys. So that's as if I would be waking up at 1 in the morning in Europe, like Central European time. And I was like, I feel a little bit fucked up, but it's okay. I'm just gonna do my day, gonna drink coffee, and then just continue. And it was working fine for 3 days.
Then it's going back.
But then it felt like this dark hole started to appear inside of me, and it was just like, what is this? What am I feeling? You know what? And then I was like, you know what? I'm actually just gonna feel the body, what's happening, you know. And then I was just, okay, if I feel like sleeping at 3 in the morning, if I'm sleepy, then I'm gonna do it, you know. And slowly I was adapting, like every day for 20 minutes earlier, or half an hour earlier, you know. But still, I mean, it came to midnight at least, that, you know, it's okay. Or maybe 11, midnight, I'm sleepy, I start yawning, I can go to bed, you know. But it doesn't happen. I don't see it to be in bed at 9 or 10, you know. Wow, we really took a detour on this bed talk, I think. I think that's an important thing, right? People say that your day starts actually the night before, right? Just get to bed, get off of that phone, you know, get that light out, turn off your Instagram, Facebook, whatever.
Yeah.
And just, start sleeping. And now, another thing that I'm really curious, you're talking a lot about when I ask you about you, you kind of always introduce also your wife along the way. And I'm curious, how does this duality, how do you see this duality? Because that's also something what I'm really curious about working with, because you are not only partners in life, you're also partners in work, as far as I know, right? So how do you build a bridge strong? How do you build a strong bridge in all these instances? Like, and does it get overwhelming to be in each other's office in every aspect of life, professional and unprofessional? Can you say a few words? And let's imagine that Kyle is not sitting there.
Well, I think we are kind of like looking at a mirror kind of person. So we're very we're when we are hanging out together, or every day we hang out together, it's just like watching a mirror being with another you. But in the end, we are totally different. But somehow the fiber or the connection we being together, it's a very, I think it's very easy for me. And so I think I'm a little bit kind of fantasized if I have a wife or I have a life partner. I can really walk or really to do everything with her. So I think we have lots of conversation. We have lots of try.
So that was one of your goals, so to say, to have your life partner also as a professional partner.
But says professional, we're in different kind of professional, so it's not like I'm with another musician kind of partner or in the music industry partner. So we are in different kind of way. She's writing. She did a lot of writing. So I think that's it can collab. It can work together in some way, but I don't know. Somehow we can create something. So I always want to let the work or the project we did to try to involve her to come in. Yeah, but so to every daily basis life, we're just like left hand, right hand to there's a kind of connection, I would say. So it's pretty easy. So yeah, but since we only been together just for a year, so we still have lots of the kind of relationship gonna to explore how to make life easier or to make the every very details feeling to not to hurt each other kind of stuff.
Interesting. Yeah, and as you mentioned before, I think because I'm my partner, she's also an artist, but from also a different branch than music. And I think that is also something what makes when we collaborate, it makes it so refreshing because we come from different aspects, and it really adds value to even our discussions, about our own professional life and our own projects. But then also when we work together, I think we really at least that's what I feel for myself, that she really adds to my musical works or my musical world, the aspects that music and the ear that goes above the musical ear, for example. And yeah, I think it is. I agree. It is very interesting and so many things to discover always, right? And as you said in the beginning, you have a mirror in front of you, and that's very precious.
Yeah, and that gonna make you to see how your work in from another very close partner to give you confidence or give you some criticism or even maybe encourage you, or even when this is gonna be the partnership when you work together. That's a I think that's a very different kind of bond, and I think I'm quite enjoy that.
Yeah, and I think in general, like even the basic, just having a partner and being able to talk to him or her about different aspects and topics and what is bugging you, or yeah, just having those conversations with your loved one, I think it's really precious because it's next level of being close, right? Like it goes really deep, and yeah, I really think that's a very important thing to have in life, and somehow it puts your life in a more calm place.
Agree.
I think I really feel that when I have a strong connection with my partner, my life is at a very sweet spot. Like there is something that is just feels very comforting, and it feels like I'm carrying home always inside of me, you know, and then being home is like that much more how should I say, energizing. Like yeah, we have good nutrition, right? Cool. We have sports, we have, you know, meditation for the soul, but then there's also the recharging of being home and feeling that environment, yeah, just helping to rebuild or recharge stronger, faster, right? Like,
Yeah.
And I even would have it sometimes that my work would be better off because, yeah, because I have to do my best also for us, like that feels also like that. You know, I gotta put my best self forward for this project, also for our collaboration, you know, like I gotta show up, I wanna show up for her, for us, for me, like it goes in so many layers.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel you.
Yeah, very precious, very precious. Okay, now maybe on that topic, is there a self-talk, or do you have days when you have to deliver something and you feel like absolutely not doing anything?
Oh, there's a lot.
And I'm curious, what is the Jez Fang self-talk in that moment? Like, do you have something that you perk up from it, like that pulls you out of that mode?
I used to very dislike myself how I do my work. Yeah, I see sometimes I feel like I used to feel like I'm making music so different and so very very strange than others. I make sound, not music mostly. Even I have several bands and making pretty good reputation, but I'm still feeling I'm so different than other kind of musician. So I have sometimes period of time I will put myself down to see if I not really making music for the money, but how I'm gonna see um, how I see my music career is going. So I think I have different kind of experience to in different kind of work. Like I was in the design company, and I do lots of design project. But I also to have this kind of experience to to put the project idea or the design idea back into to the to the music. And also I think lots of meditation is helping me to cope with myself, to make myself more stronger, and to put myself together. And I think I found my way and found my confidence maybe just not for long, maybe 4 to 5 years ago. So I know how I gonna do my way, but it's still no reference or no other kind of competition, you would say, or other musician, other kind of artists is like my project. So I'm still thinking this is very a long kind of project, the way I'm doing with my music career life. So it's very interesting because every project I take very long time to digest or to think to plan how to make this thing more interesting or uh, more can let people feel it by their heart. So I think that's a lot of inner talk to see if this work or this is experience of the music or the sound is it really can make people feel different than when they're hearing the real music. And that's what I trying to provoke or trying to make people feel. Even it's like illusion kind of sound, or even it's trying to like different kind of uh, music sound experience. Yeah. So uh, lots of lots of self talk, and I think those self talk right now is more positive now. It's more uh, like I think the angel and devil is right now it's become two angel. Like they're talking to me how to make things more smoothie or more good suggestion kind of angels.
Yeah, I agree. I've had this also going to so I don't know, I studied music, but I started quite late, so when I was practicing classical music I was like, I should have started earlier. I'm not fitting in here, I'm now competing with the guys that are already doing this for, I don't know, 8 years or whatever, and I'm playing in their range and blah, blah, blah. And then I went off to study jazz music, and I thought, I also am just discovering this world, and I also do not fit there, and is this my place, and then I don't know, I start composing music and writing for, I don't know, orchestras, choirs, and I'm like, oh, I haven't studied actually classical or non-composition, and I'm just doing stuff as I feel, and then I had a conversation with a good friend of mine, and he's a very good composer, and he said, yeah, but it sounds good, that's all what you need. That's literally all what it is about, if it works, it works. You don't. And that was also like, yeah, actually I do it because I think it sounds good enough to me,
Yeah.
and I think I think that should be the measure, you know, like, because here is where I am. Like, this is what I hear. This is what I can hear. And that's also the only thing that actually I can provoke to get out of myself, you know. And yes, of course, the audience is there, but I believe that there are ears that will enjoy my music.
Yeah.
You know, I really believe that strongly. And like you said, every day, you know, 5 years ago, that was your trip, you know, like, and I think I'm gonna be learning this lesson until I die, like just trusting yourself every day, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, you know. It's always gonna be there. This maybe, I call it dragons, you know, like they are there somewhere in our pockets, you know, like, oh shit, they're coming out every now and then, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really those moments with yourself when you find value in yourself or what you are and worth, you know. I think that just embracing what is already there and in you and what you already have done. And the one very simple thing that actually my girlfriend passed down to me in one of our conversations, you know, it's like to look at your actions towards something as 1 or 0. Like, did it or didn't do it. Like, that's it, you know.
Yeah.
I sat today with my composition to which I gave 2-3 hours, you know. And that's all I can do. Like 1, 0. I did it or I didn't do it. Was I here? Yes. That's it, you know. And okay, I had a concert. Did I have it or I didn't have it? I had it. 1, 0. So 1, you know.
Yeah.
Just to think more in this binary terms instead of from 1 to 10, how good was it, to just see it like
1 or 0.
did I did a step forward or was I static? And as soon as you like, and that really takes care for the momentum. And it's such a precious I think a thought to think about. So there you go, you know, conversations with partners are great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
Agree. So did you ever had also moments when I know you talked about having doubts, but did you also thought ever like, I should really stop with this work?
Never.
Like, I should get out of music business, or I should get out of music, or
No, never.
Never. Interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, it's true that these more, should I say, wholesome concepts that I've been using on myself, which are these more holistic approaches and more with maybe a stoic mindset, you know, like which are more based on doing the things today, what I can, and for example, did I prepare everything up until the point when it's happening? If I did, it's up to the gods on the day of concert if something goes off, you know. It's not in my hands. The only thing what I can do is up to the concert, you know. On the day or on the gig, not in my hands. Then I can only play. You know? Then it's only playing, you know. And it's true that in this, the last period, which has been also the most musically cathartic for me and honest, I also had really no feeling of, hey, you know, not for me. It was really more this, I feel this gratefulness that I can actually do this every day. You know, wow, look, I have a chance to create, I have a chance to give, I have a chance to share, meet people, meet like-minded people, meet kind-hearted people through music. Music enables me to live basically a life of a millionaire, you know. I can have this flexible time schedule. I can explore high-quality life, be it nutrition, be it mind, be it body, you know, relationships. It's all there, you know. Like you, and then you realize you do not need $1 million on the bank check, you know.
Well, if that would be million, that would be nice.
Yeah, and it's the richness still comes, from this thriving, from exploring, from giving.
So you ever think about quitting music industry?
Yeah, I do have to say that maybe in my study years or after, for example, finishing my studies, maybe it was that point, because I feel that there's this structure offered to a student, a music student, and when you're out of that, you kind of that structure is gone, and then you have to find it on your own, and I thought, is this just finding your balance and your way out, and finding floor, and then because as a musician, then you wear many hats, like you're a sideman, or you're a soloist, and I realized that I thrive the most in my solo projects, like that I really enjoy that, and that also takes trial and error to come to that, this is what I think I'm really actually good at, and that I can actually bring the most to the people, and that I can actually connect the most people also through that. And sometimes the financial aspect was also questionable, but then you also find your ways around it, and money will always come. Money will come, like that's not the issue. The issue is, do you have the force within you? Can you muster that force that is gonna propel you forward, that is gonna make you explore, be curious, have that childish curiosity? And actually that is, for me, the essence of life, to be curious and to have that spark, like, wow, that is something.
That's word.
That's fire, that is fire that's gonna push me through, because then nothing matters. I need water, I need sun, I need sleep, and a little bit of fruit, and I can do a lot of stuff if that fun and curiosity is there, and that precious. Life is beautiful. That's so. And so eventually, then, of course, I found my way back, and it also had to do a lot with, I think, depression, and just not taking really good care of myself, not really being there for myself. That's also why I'm being now so strict with my regime, because I think it really influences the way my relationship is to myself. Like, I know that every day that I meditate and that I work out, I know that I'm building a bond with myself. Like, look, I did this for myself. I put myself first. I did something extremely good for myself. Like, I did my best to have a great day. I meditated, I worked out, I thought about my issues, what might happen through the day, I think I did my part, And I'm gonna say it like that, 9 out of 10, 9.9 out of 10, I tend to have a great day because of that, Like, it's, or even 10. I really don't remember when it was a bad day, when I went through these couple of things, And I really wish for everyone to try it out. I think it really works, I think it really works.
Hey, so what's your routine?
So as I said, like, I would wake up, and immediately, straight out of bed, I would sit and meditate, like, just bam, because as soon as I put my monkey brain on and I start thinking, I don't feel like it, I just gotta scratch that and ignore it, sit, be there, 45 minutes of silence, and just try to observe my breath, feelings, sensations, be honest with how I feel. That also helps, just feeling what is there, noticing what is there. And then when that is over, then I would have a couple of minutes of just gratefulness, just thanking for what I have, thanking for life, thanking for the breath that I'm able to breathe, to have And these are like the the most self-explanatory things, you know. I thank to my legs for carrying me around on this world, that I can explore it, that I can go on trips, that I can hike with people, you know. I thank for my family, for my friends, for my partner, for people that come into my life, you know. Just and I think that really already changes the perception of the day, because I start not taking everything for granted, you know. I think, and I really, you know, and that I wish for everyone to be happy in their life, like to be whatever that I just imagine them with the biggest smile on their faces. And like, that brings me so much joy.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, when I get out of that chair, I'm like, fuck, this is great already, you know. And then this phase 2 starts, you know, which is so even before the meditation phase, if I would be in Slovenia, or in the Netherlands, I would add in a cold shower, you know. So that would be number 1, and then meditation, and then it would be a workout. And then here is where my monkey brain goes again. Shit, I don't feel like it. I shouldn't do it, man. This is so lame, you know. Don't do it. But shut up, just do it. And then I start with squats, push-ups. I do. It depends also where I am. If I'm close to my gym, you know, then it doesn't matter. But if I'm on touring, or if I'm on a trip, or for example now here in Hengchun in Taiwan, I just bring my resistant belts, and I have the floor, and I can do everything.
Yeah.
So that would be it. And then some journaling after my workouts, and where I write basically what I wish for myself in the day. How do I want to be? What can I add to people's lives? What can I add to my life? What can piss me off today, and how would my best friend deal with it? Like, if I would be my best friend, what would I advise to myself? And then something, one of the other question is, what is something uncomfortable, but it would really make you, it would help you make a step forward, like ask someone a favor. That is a big one for me. Like, I really don't like asking people for favors, or asking them for help, or something, you know. That really is always like, you know. But I noticed that actually it builds a connection. Like, it builds maybe sometimes even some friend connection, you know. Like, because you ask someone for help, and it's or at least connection, you know.
Yeah.
And then basically I would wrap it up with what are your words of support to self? What are the projects that you have to keep in mind, you know, like and what would be a good day for you, you know, if today would be a good day. And then I venture into the world of practicing guitar for a couple of hours, and then some composing, computer work, and food. So that's in a nutshell my mornings.
Pretty long process.
Not that long. It depends what is long, but if you wake up at 6 and you do this, you're done by 11. You know, like you have it in your pocket. You know.
Yeah.
And then the rest is a precious gift, like I said before. You know. So that and what can you? This is a big one for me also, that I just started to be more honest to myself lately, and it's mistakes. Like mistakes, call it in professional life. I mean, I've talked a little bit about before how I see now the concert, you know, in sense of mistakes, that it's up to the gods, you know, like it's not the part I should be worried on the gig, but it's the part before where I actually have things in my hands, you know, those I see as fixable things. But how are mistakes to you? What do you feel about screwing up, and how do you, be it professionally or like where Where does your brain point to when you hear mistake? Like,
Well, it depends how the situation is. If the things go wrong, if I can control that, I think I would. I think I would try to maintain the professional or maintain the rightness. Just see if I can turn it around. But if the things I really can control, I will say, yeah, sorry, I made a mistake. And I think the mistake is really lead to commit, let you know how it's get wrong and how to fix it, or how to be honest to yourself to really see the point where things go wrong, where's the wrong spot, and let's try to redo it again. And yeah, I think, and just two few days ago, with my wife with a kind of argument, and I think it's very I think if it's on the partner side, it's on relationship side. I would say it's very deep and long influence to let me to discover myself, because for me, I have very easy to hide my feeling, or easy to make people think, oh, you're looks fine, you're okay, but the mistake I think the mistake will turn my kind of whatever is reaction, whatever is emotion, whatever is everything, that things I would never discover on my side, or when I never saw that situation come up. So I think mistake is sometimes is a good chance to discover one's inner side.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think in that sense is also very valuable piece of information, because I think you get to know yourself very good through mistakes, right? Like and to recognize them as mistakes. I think that is the most important thing. Like and then depending, of course, being it either in your personal growth or professional, and like me as a maybe musician, I see mistakes more as mistakes in the execution of the notes, you know. That's the always, you know, obsessive guitarist, you know, mistake, wrong note, you know. But c'est la vie, you know. It's really c'est la vie. Okay, this has been incredible and enjoyable conversation.
Nice.
Thanks for hanging around. Thanks for coming inside of the spectrum of my life.
Yeah.
I have one last question for you. What is the most valuable experience or a lesson that you've got from life?
Wow, that's a heavy, long. Well, it's very, yes, it's very kind of very recent instance. Says I never have surgery, and last year I crushed my spine, so I had very kind of urgent surgery I need to be done. So I think I have very kind of how to say scary about to facing this surgery and what's the side effect after the surgery, because when I had the before the surgery, I feel my body is very painful from my neck to my shoulder. It's very not a happy thing to be with your body every day, because it's very random pain from everywhere. And I before the surgery, I wanted to get rid of this, and now after the surgery, I still feel my finger a bit numb, and recently I have a massage instant that someone just broke my leg and my ankle, so my leg is not really work very well now. So I had this kind of moment that I think the universe wants to try to make me slow down and walk very slowly, step by step, and to feel the pain, to really feel the pain. I really feel that since if I walk too fast, I really cannot cope that pain, because it's just every right side from my arm to my legs is not a not a thing I can balance my body, because the right side is almost falling. So I'm trying to rebuild myself, but it's uh, very enough and very step by step to let the pain to alert me. You gotta really slow down and think how you want your body to rebuild, and to get your body balance. Your left and right is unbalanced now. So I think this is my 2023 kind of big lesson, and I'm still learning from that, because I think there's a lots of message from that, and I think the universe want me to have this kind of situation. That must be something I gotta learn from it, but I'm still digging it.
Yeah, beautiful. Like basically everything is a gift.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything is a lesson.
Yeah. Totally big lesson. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. Where can people get to you, to your works? Where can they get to know more about Jez Fang, to find out about performances, upcoming works? We haven't talked about the whale situation that you will do. So in a nutshell, you will record basically sounds of whales and collect them in a big whale book, or
I don't know how it's going, but it could be some, put it in on the big pipe somewhere. I don't know. Yeah. It's an upcoming project. So I have a band called KBN. So most of the things, most of the music kind of project is still, I was still behind this band called KBN. So you can either search it on Spotify or Instagram. That will be our group. And I also have my label, studio label called The Risings. So you can search it on Facebook. So there's more, because I think the project is more like artistic kind of document on Facebook. So it will be more photos or wordings, or even some clips on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. So maybe it would be cool if we can then exchange later you're gonna share with me all these pages, and I can just put them in the notes of the podcast. Thank you very much, Jez, for your openness, for sharing all these things, taking us on a trip, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Miha.
If you've enjoyed this podcast, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, feel free to share your thoughts and ideas on the topics we've discussed today in the comments, as well as any burning questions you might have for my future guests. I'm your host, Michael Hrustil, and until next time, I wish you a sound mind.